This must be the place Minister Diggory mentioned. Helen lives around here somewhere.
Welcome to Upper Hogsfield. Charming hamlet. Don't tell the residents of Lower Hogsfield I said that.
Accio! Wonder who lives here.
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
Ranrock's loyalists are a menace. What can be done?
I couldn't help but overhear. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. Never imagined they'd act this deadly. I'm Claire Beaumont, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. My brother Bardolph dared to stand up to them and ended up in St. Mungo's. I'm simply at my wit's end.
You said Ranrock's loyalists have set up camp here. Where, precisely?
To the south, across the river. Last I heard, there were several loyalists in each camp. I won't go near them.
Why don't you simply leave the area for now?
Upper Hogsfield is my home. Bardolph and I grew up here. No, we are standing firm. Once my brother returns, then we shall decide what to do next. He's gone to seek Victor Rookwood's advice. I didn't approve of that idea, but perhaps in the end it will help.
How did your brother Bardolph end up in St. Mungo's?
Bardolph had spent the entire day hand-picking herbs and roots for us. When a group of Ranrock's lot appeared and demanded the harvest for themselves, Bardolph refused. In their anger, they hurled him against a rock and robbed him. The moment he left St. Mungo's, he vowed revenge. I worry he may be dabbling in magic that he will one day regret.
I'm unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them, I wouldn't want you to risk injury, or worse. Please be cautious. We should not have to live in fear. This is our home.
It seems as though things are getting worse. Best...
Bardolph Beaumont should have returned by now, had by dark wizards.
A map. It doesn't appear to be connected to the missing pages. Best hang on to it for now.
Not a day goes by I don't use something I didn't learn at home.
Shame Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
Excuse me, did you say something about Bardolph?
I'm Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph, only he's gone missing. Rumour is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. I'd help search for him myself, but no one will risk encountering Ranrock's loyalists. They seem to be everywhere.
Do you think Bardolph may have simply run off?
No. Bardolph's run that shop with Claire his entire life. He'd not give it up for anything. He swore he'd be back in a fortnight. My instincts are that he's been held captive, or worse.
Why would Bardolph want to get involved with the Ashwinders?
Oh, he had a terrible run-in with Ranrock's loyalists. Changed him. He vowed never to feel powerless again. I think he sought the Ashwinders out to learn their secrets. Victor Rookwood, at least, seems somehow immune to Ranrock's loyalists.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself. Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
Instruments are expensive, you know.
Ah, here you are. I'm pleased to see you took my advice.
Madam Thistlewood, I met your great-uncle in his portrait in my common room. He sent me to speak to you.
I'm pleased you came. Uncle Eldridge believes the book you found and its missing pages may be relevant to an unsolved case from my time as an aura.
Very well. I'm listening.
Decades ago, a student named Richard Jackdaw disappeared after going to meet a girl named Anne. They never found his body. When his headless ghost appeared briefly in Hogsmeade, wholly unaware of how he died, Anne was convicted of his murder and sent to Azkaban. It was in large part due to the testimony of a girl called Apollonia Black. Jealous of Anne, I think.
That sounds terrible, but I'm not sure how I can help.
Anne's alibi was somewhat labyrinthine. She said Jackdaw promised her adventure following a map he found on some pages he'd stolen from Peeves.
And you think Peeves ripped those pages from the book I found in the restricted section?
If my great-uncle is to be believed, yes. At least that's what the portraits at Hogwarts suspect. Anne insisted that Jackdaw had asked her to follow the map with him, but only after she solved a series of puzzles he'd prepared. Odd way to woo a girl. She swears Jackdaw's ghost vanished almost as soon as he appeared. Without Jackdaw's puzzle, pages, or remains, Anne was sent to Azkaban based solely on Apollonia's spurious testimony.
I don't understand. What can I do to help?
I believe Anne may have solved the first puzzle by now, but after spending time in Azkaban, she's a shadow of her former self. She won't speak to anyone she doesn't trust, and she trusts no one. If you, a student with a connection to the pages, like Jackdaw had, spoke to Anne, she might reveal new information.
I've always wanted to see Azkaban. Count me in.
I suppose it has a peculiar appeal to some, but it can be terribly disconcerting. Fortunately, being a retired aura has its benefits. We can apparate right to her. I've escorted many others to that blasted place. Never a student, I'll admit, but I will keep you safe.
You said Jackdaw's ghost appeared briefly, then vanished. Where do you think he went?
I have no idea. Evidently, he was always a bit restless, going on and on about adventure. If I had to guess, he tired of Scotland and is somewhere on the other side of the globe by now.
Can you tell me more about Apollonia Black?
Wretched, vindictive girl, that one. Apollonia claimed that Anne threatened to kill the boy after he broke her heart. The Black family's power over certain people in the Ministry, along with the fact that Anne is Muggle-born, sealed her fate.
I'd like to know more about Anne.
That poor soul never was the brightest girl, and that lack of wit proved to be her undoing.
I half suspect Jackdaw and Apollonia were merely toying with her. Who could have known he'd end up dead?
She's not held up well in Azkaban. In some ways, she blames me for not proving her innocence. I'd like to clear her name if we can.
Very well. Let's go.
Steady yourself. We'll apparate together. Don't worry, I've never splinched anyone.
Do take care now, and tread lightly in that horrible place.
We'll be there in but a moment.
That ought to keep them at bay for now. Though, be aware, you may feel a wave of despair. It will pass.
Thank you for the warning.
This really is a dismal place, but we'll be out of here soon enough. Now follow me. Do keep your wits about you.
I never thought I'd see the inside of Azkaban for myself.
Nasty Dementors. Not even I could convince the Ministry to send them off. There's no need for such monsters.
Careful around, Anne. She's been here a lot longer than the rest of us.
If I had my wand, I'd cast Crucio on the lot of you!
You don't scare me, young cur. They teach you so little of what you should know of.
That witch you're with has a dark cloud over her. I can feel it.
All around in darkness. My only friend. My only hope.
No one at school's going to believe this.
Now remember, Anne has been here a long time. The Dementors aren't kind. Have patience and speak to her quietly and respectfully.
Are you Anne?
Who's there? Who speaks to me? Is that death finally come for me?
I'm a student from Hogwarts. I found the book that you said would exonerate you.
Ah, the book, the book. No one would look. None of the mages found the pages. Methinks the feckless knave meandered to his cave. My fate was surely sealed in Upper Hoggyfield.
What are you trying to say? That the missing pages are in a cave near Upper Hogsfield?
Field, ruins house, a vault concealed.
A vault in some ruins near Upper Hogsfield. I suppose it can't hurt to look.
Can't hurt to look. Go find the pages from your book. Helen, know you're here. Come in closer, be a dear.
What is it, Anne?
You're hurt.
Go. The cave. You're safe now. You have what you need. I'll be all right once I get...
But, Madam Thistlewood, All right. I'll find it. I'll find Jackdaw's cave. Whoa. I'll find it. I'll find Jackdaw's cave.
You can.
Best be on my guard. I'll find it. I'll find Jackdaw's cave.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Levioso. Expelliarmus. Revelio.
This place has seen better days. This must be the place Anne told me about. No one's been here for ages.
Incendio. Revelio. Accio.
No. How did you do this, Jackdaw?
Revelio. Accio.
You'll not outfox me, Jackdaw.
Accio.
No, that's not it. couldn't outwit me, Jackdaw. Now, where's the clue you left behind? A note from Jackdaw. Anne never found it. So how did he die? Was she to blame at all? This looks intriguing.
Revelio.
Could it be? Has someone solved my puzzle after all these years? Well done indeed. Richard Jackdaw, at your service.
The Richard Jackdaw? I heard you disappeared years ago. You have some explaining to do.
I do? That was my puzzle you solved. What are you doing here?
A retired aura, Helen Thistlewood, told me about a map you stole from Peeves, and then Anne told me about a cave.
You saw Anne? Broke my heart. I had to go on without her. Probably best for her in the end. Dare I ask? How is she?
She was imprisoned in Azkaban for your murder. Why didn't you exonerate her?
What? Azkaban? Oh, poor Anne. I had no idea. I thought she'd written me off. I've been travelling the world for years to mend my broken heart. I came back here only recently, on a whim. I must speak to the aura you mentioned and see how I can help Anne.
I'm glad to hear it. Before you go, would I still be able to find the pages with the map Helen mentioned?
I'm almost certain I dropped them in the cave the moment I was beheaded. They're bound to be mouldering away with the rest of me. Tell you what, meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll show you precisely where to find them.
How is it possible to steal from Peeves? A poltergeist?
I didn't steal the pages from his ghostly form. I merely found them in his wake of destruction. He has a penchant for wrecking things. Books, bottles, suits of armor, whatever's likely to cause the most chaos. Found them on the floor outside the library where he discarded them. Not my luckiest find, all things considered.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you lose your head?
I was having a look about when I suddenly sensed a refreshing breeze, after which I felt, well, lightheaded. That's all I remember. Hence, if you do find yourself in a cave, be prepared. I can't tell you what for specifically, but you seem a perceptive sort. Beware a light breeze.
Helen mentioned Apollonia Black. Did she set up Anne to take the fall?
Have you never met any members of the Black family? They can be rather vindictive. Once Anne showed an interest in me, Apollonia couldn't let it alone. That her own heart had grown cold simply didn't matter.
Thank you. I need to find those pages to help a friend.
I shall see you there.
one less human to worry about.
One of Ranrock's camps, exactly as Madame Beaumont described.
Someone requires a grapple, you are.
Levioso!
You don't know who you're playing with!
Incendio!
Rest!
Levioso! Accio! Expelliarmus! Protego!
No! How nice of you to stop by. How nice of you to stop by.
Levioso! Accio! Stupida! Incendio! Stupida! Accio! Incendio! Protego!
I'll cut you from shoes to chapeau. You should have known you would lose.
Abandoned long ago, no doubt.
Human to worry about. Nothing over here.
One of Ranrock's camps, exactly as Madame Beaumont described.
Wizards are running scared. Wizards are running scared. Hello? Wizards are running scared, as they should be. This is where you will fail.
Expelliarmus!
I'll get you.
Incendio!
I won't rest until you're dead. A pitiful end to a pitiful child.
One of Ranrock's camps, exactly as Madame Beaumont described.
Wizards are running scared, as they should be. One of the best meals I've ever eaten. Wizards are running scared, as they should be. What was that? Wait a moment.
Levioso!
Put me down! You are postponing the inevitable. Can't win.
Levioso!
Put me out!
Expelliarmus!
Fight about as well as a puff skein.
Levioso! Accio! Incendio! Protego!
No!
Stupid one!
How nice of you. One less. There. You'll regret coming here.
Levioso! Accio! Incendio!
Poor little human. One less human to worry.
Accio!
I won't rest.
Protego!
Get accustomed to that.
Levioso!
Do you think this is funny?
Incendio!
How childish! Stop it!
Expelliarmus!
No!
Protego!
Why?
Accio! Incendio! Levioso! You only have Ranrock to blame.
One camp down, one more to go.
Up for a bit of dying, are we? Bring me a dozen humans to battle. I'll take more. Run the other way when they see me, humans do. Every time.
Expelliarmus! Protego!
Oh, that took too long. An intruder! How nice of you to stop by.
Expelliarmus!
Grapple.
Incendio!
I won't rest
Protego!
till you're dead. Arrogant child! No! I will make you.
Stupid one! Incendio!
Won't get away with that!
Protego!
I won't rest. Over here. Not quiet enough. One less human to worry. One less human to worry.
Incendio!
You'll pay for that! You're like a clown bumble beneath my...
Incendio!
No!
Accio! Expelliarmus! Incendio!
One less human.
Enjoy suffering, do you?
I could fall dead asleep on my feet, I could.
Little magic tricks, one distraction.
Incendio! Accio! Levioso! Accio! Stupefy! Incendio! Levioso! Stupefy!
Someone's here. Such
Levioso!
Who do you think you are?
Protego! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Ranrock has fooled you all. To your demise.
Both camps cleared. Madame Beaumont will be glad to hear that.
I do miss the bustle of business. Poor customers, afraid to venture out.
Madame Beaumont, might I speak with you?
Yes? What about?
Mrs. Sprottle told me a little about your brother's disappearance.
Oh, dear Dorothy. She'd go looking for Bardolph herself if she could.
She mentioned dark magic and even the Ashwinders.
Despite my repeated warnings, Bardolph's been experimenting with dark magic near the edge of the forest. I thought perhaps he'd get it out of his system and it would gradually stop. But then one day, he didn't come home.
Is there anything your brother took with him that might help to track him down?
Only his satchel, journal, and a woolen jumper I knitted for him. That's all I can recall.
Could Bardolph have run off?
No, he'd never leave me here alone. He did speak of going to talk with Victor Rookwood. That worries me almost more than his attempts at mastering dark magic. Rookwood is as dangerous as Ranrock, in my opinion.
I'll let you know if I see or hear anything about him.
Thank you. How kind. I'd be so grateful to learn where he is. I know in my heart he's out there. Do be careful.
I should be going now.
Bardolph, where are you? I'll not give up hope.
Hello, Madame Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out Ranrock's camps.
You cleared them out. How?
I managed to catch them off guard.
When my brother returns, this news will mean the world to him. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. This will not be forgotten. I fear for other hamlets, truly. Ranrock and his lot are unlike any goblins I've ever seen.
I should be going now. Thank you.
Thank you.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Excuse me, Mrs. Sprottle. Any news on Bardolph Beaumont?
Afraid not. I've spoken. He was...
Oh. Levioso! Accio! Incendio! Levioso! Accio! Incendio! Levioso! Accio! Incendio! Accio! Incendio!
Betting on the Dragon Pints was the best decision I've made yet.
Levioso! Accio! Levioso! Incendio! Stupefy! Levioso! Accio! Incendio! What's
Let's play Predator and Prey.
Reducto! Not so tough now!
Marvelous strike!
Accio!
I'd never choose to kill someone so young.
Travel broadens the mind.
This is utter nonsense. I've never heard such rubbish in all my life. Who calmed down? Perhaps I'll scout around Belcroft.
Here I am, as good as my word.
We meet again, Richard Jackdaw.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised to see you. It would take the patience of a Hufflepuff to track down these pages.
Well said. Now where do we go from here?
Follow me. I shall lead you as far as I can, but I fear I may remain a tad reluctant to revisit the scene of my demise. Keep your eyes open for a bird bath. When you find it, say Intramuros. I think it's Latin. Or Greek. As you can imagine, I never paid much attention in school. Shall we?
Aside from the bird bath, anything else I should look for?
Indeed. A few landmarks, a stone bridge, a waterfall, and, if I recall, a lake. You'll see.
You've been very helpful. Thank you.
Surprising how much of this is, rather unfortunately, coming back to me. Yes. You know, the closer we get, the more I'm remembering. Probably best I leave you to it. Simply stick to the path and keep a sharp eye out for that bird bar.
Incendio! Expelliarmus! Levioso! Levioso! Accio! Potato! Stupefy! Levioso! Expelliarmus! Stupefy! Incendio! Stupefy! Incendio! Protego! Incendio! Protego! Levioso! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Stupefy! Incendio! Accio! Incendio! Accio! Nothing to do now but keep going. Incendio!
Be a trick. Stop right there! Running home!
Expelliarmus!
Oh, too harsh.
Accio! Incendio!
That's mine! No! No one hides! Shall we finish what we started?
Expelliarmus!
What's that?
Accio! Incendio! The waterfall. For a thief, Jackdaw's surprisingly as good as his word. something oddly solemn about this place. Such regal creatures, stags. There it is, just as Jackdaw described.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Intramuros.
Aren't you a little far from home?
Ranrock knew you'd eventually lead us to whatever it is you're hiding.
That's the Incendio!
This is sad. Really, it is.
I won't rest. Dead.
Potato!
Someone's been taken out!
Accio! Incendio! No risk those loyalists will report back to Ranrock now. Let's see where Jackdaw has led me. I wonder how big this place is. Incendio. I can shoot the symbol, but it doesn't stay lit for long. Accio! I need to light all three before they time out on me. Someone didn't want casual visitors down here. I wonder if any of my spells are coming through this. Accio! Expelliarmus! Levioso! Potato! Stupid one! Accio. Accio. Jackdaw can solve this, so can I. Perhaps the next symbol is hidden somewhere. Remarkable. Accio. untouched chest. Jackdaw wasn't very thorough in his search of this cave. Accio! It's a good thing Jackdaw didn't fall down there.